And then it comes down to a time in my life when I can do things for men that's not as been blessed as I have, and then lost their way and stuff. I can bring them back into society, and that's what I'm doing now with the Dorie Miller Memorial Foundation. And my friend who lost his life in 1943, Dorie Miller, I must keep on until he gets the Medal of Honor because he deserves it. He was the first hero of World War II, and I'm going to keep on until President Obama gives him the Medal of Honor.
So what's your campaign? You say you have a letter that you're going to...
Yes, I've already written a letter to the President of the United States. I want to hand it to him personally if possible, but if not, I'm going to have it read to only for the eyes of the President of the United States, so we can finally get Dorie Miller amongst the great heroes of World War II. In fact, he was the first hero of World War II.
And you knew him personally. He was a friend of yours.
Yes, we talked 4 times. You know, we couldn't go to white USOs. We had our own black USOs. So therefore, on weekends when he was stationed in Treasure Island, after they brought him back to the States, he was stationed in Treasure Island, California, and I was at Pittsburgh, California, and we would all meet in Oakland and San Francisco at the black USOs. That's what I've been.
So what was he like?
He was great. He reminds me a lot of Jim Brown. If you remember that great football player, Jim Brown, he was quiet, unassuming, just a quiet hero. That was Dorie Miller. He reminds me so much of Jim Brown.
And so you said you were stationed in Okinawa, and what was that like?
That was, well, Okinawa was nothing but pure hell for all soldiers that was in Okinawa. Because the Japanese didn't know the war was over, and so they had those cages full of ammunition and food, and they could survive probably forever. In fact, they found one 50 years later, still never knew the war was over. They'd been hiding in those caves. But anyway, we had to eliminate all those caves. Everybody that's ever been to Okinawa knows they're full of caves still yet. What we had to do, the Japanese would not give up. You had to literally kill every Japanese. They wouldn't give up. And that's what we had to do. We used flamethrowers in those caves, and then we'd bulldoze them closed, knowing that there's a lot of men in there going to suffocate the ones that we didn't kill with the fire. And that bothered all of us. And all of my men had PTSD. And I came home on a hospital ship myself. And when the man discharged me, he said if I got depressed or anything, take a couple of aspirin and I'd be all right. Because in those days they didn't know about PST and TBI.
So how were you able to heal from that situation?
It still bothers me. You don't heal from that. I threw away 2 fortunes. I made money, didn't care about money, just threw it away, just gave most of it away, gave it the rest. And, you know, I just lost 2 fortunes. And I know why. I wondered what happened to me, why. But now after I had talked to Dr. Bresky, who was a dear friend of mine, and in later years, he told me what was wrong, and he told me that it would still bother me. After I told him my story, he said it still bothers you. So that PTSD, you don't get over it.
And so that's what inspired you to create the Dorie Miller Foundation?
Yes, yes.
And so you were talking about all of these success stories that you've had. How many people do you think you've been able to help through your foundation?
I didn't keep track. You know, they just something to give me a self-satisfaction when I help a person. Know that I did just a little bit in their life to help them to live a better life. And that's mine. But I was just telling you about 5 or 6 of the ones that really stood out in my mind. That's until I say 300 or 400 maybe.
And how many do you plan to help this year? Like, do you have a goal for what you want to achieve with your foundation?
Yes, I do. I have a goal. I have a goal. You know, at 91 years old, you can't plan for 10 years down the road. In 2 years, I want every man and woman, veteran, off the streets of America, into a home with pride, dignity, honor, and grace. In 2 years. That's my goal.
Now, you said in America, not
In
just
America,
California.
not in California, in America. I would like to visit 50 states and see it. When I can walk down the street and not see somebody holding a sign that said, I'm a World War II vet or I'm a Vietnam vet, or something. I don't want to see it anymore. It can be done. We have the facilities to do it. We're the richest country in the world and the greatest country in the world. And I'm proud to be an American. And I'm going to, I hope with God's help I can get this done in 2 years.
And now you are clearly vibrant. You're full of energy, full of life. What is your secret to living and thriving at 91?
Well, all I can tell you is that I have faith. My mother always taught all 9 of her sons to have faith, always live a good, clean life, never look back, and never give up. That's it. And God bless America.
Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. It was
Thank
such
you.
an honor talking to you
Thank
and
you.
getting a chance to meet you.
Thank you.
Is there anything else that you would like to?
No.